What is going on, you guys? My name is Josh, also known as Hairytornado, and this past Saturday, my beautiful wife Haley and I actually went to a couple of garage sales and found some super nice items. There was one little community sale we went to where it was like 3 sales on the same street, and we picked up all these items here. Got this pair of kids Vans. These are like a kid's size 3, I think. Yeah, super bright. He said his daughter only wore them one time. We paid like $5 for those. Got 2 pair of men's shoes for $3 each. A pair of Nike Lunar Glide 6s in excellent condition, men's size 12, and these New Balance 880 V2s are men's size 12 as well. Both in very, very nice condition. $3 a piece is crazy. Picked up this pair of Oakley men's, I guess men's, maybe adult unisex ski goggles. The guy said he originally paid $160 for these. We got these for 20 bucks. And then one of the most interesting finds is this Sonicare Crest IntelliClean System toothbrush. It's an 8800 trial. He wanted 15 for it. The same guy that sold us these 2 shoes sold us this, and he took 20 bucks for the toothbrush and the 2 pair of shoes. So we actually paid, I guess, less than $3 each for the shoes. But with this, what's interesting is that it's valuable, but it says not for resale on there. And to be completely honest with you guys, I didn't really know what that meant. I've seen it on a few items here and there, but I have never really paid much attention to it. So I thought I would take some time to research and see if this is something that I am legally allowed to sell, and then share my findings with you guys. So let's take a closer look. So before I jump into this, I do want to remind you guys that I am not a lawyer or a legal professional in any sense of the word. I'm just some guy who spent the last 45 minutes to an hour Googling this topic, and I think I've found a couple different sources that all share a fairly consistent answer here. So I'm just sharing information with you. You can do with it what you want. So first of all, if we look at like a basic Google search result of can you sell something that says not for resale, the default answer on Google is it is perfectly legal to sell something marked not for resale unless you have a contract with the entity that sold that item to you where you previously agreed in writing not to resell it. In that case, it's the contract where you said you wouldn't that makes it illegal to sell. This pretty much confirms my original thought. Once you buy something, whether at a retail store or a garage sale, it's your item to do whatever you want to with it. This toothbrush, although it says not for resale on the box, this was likely an agreement between the manufacturer of this toothbrush and like a dental professional. It was probably given to a dentist office or something to use as like a model, I guess, to maybe to give away to patients. And the dental office or the dental people that Sonicare, I guess, gave this toothbrush to, that was the agreement that they could not resell it. So this guy, maybe he was a dentist and he just had an extra one from the office, sold it at his yard sale to me for I guess like $15, and now I have the legal right to be able to sell this on eBay for around $120. I've looked up the Sonicare Professional 8800 toothbrush, not the trial version, but the toothbrush, and that sells for about $120. So I'm thinking that I could probably get about that same amount for this one as well, totally legally. There's also a forum on eBay about this very issue here at community.ebay.com. It's a policy on items marked, quote, not for resale. I've looked in the A to Z policy thing, but I can't really find anything. Examples would be sample size cosmetics, uncorrected proofs of books sent out for review, music sent to radio stations, etc. I would think that if the item is marked not for resale, then there would be a policy. Maybe I'm missing it somewhere. And nobody really has, like in the replies, nobody really has like a firm answer. I think with the music, like if the music was not marked not for resale for a radio station, that would be an issue. But most people are saying, you know, I'm pretty sure that they are fine to list. Sample resale is fine. Promotional music, on the other hand, is a sticky situation, which has resulted in at least one huge lawsuit. So you probably want to avoid stuff like that. But in terms of like physical products that are marked not for resale, as long as you yourself do not have a direct written agreement with the supplier or manufacturer of that product, you have a legal right to sell it and do whatever you want to with it. Something interesting here on lawstackexchange.com is someone, I think they're from New Zealand or something, and they had a pretty good, I guess, explanation of it. They say, my understanding is that it isn't a contractual term, but rather a warning that the items don't satisfy legal requirements for individual sale. The seller and manufacturer likely don't care whether you resell the items, but the government does. And they go on to explain a situation where, like, if you are selling edible items, consumable food type products, usually the FDA will require that the nutrition information be printed on that package. But if you think about like fun-sized candy bars, like the little tiny candy bars in the bag, usually the nutritional information is printed on the outside of the bag. But if you were to open up that bag and try to sell the individual candy bars, they wouldn't have the necessary nutritional information printed on them to be legal to resell. So in that case, it would technically be illegal, but I don't know why you'd want to sell fun-sized candy bars individually anyway. But I thought that was a pretty good example of something. I didn't think about, you know, the legalities of the required packaging. But for this toothbrush, I don't know what the laws are behind a toothbrush. There's no nutritional information written on here. It's brand new, sealed in the box. So again, I think this is going to be totally legal for me to resell for a profit on eBay. So I want to share with you guys one more thing on the eBay community forum here, because I thought it was too good not to share. This lovely eBay user, Endorschmid0, which I would highly recommend you block from buying on eBay. You'll see what I mean in just a second. But they reported a listing to eBay. It says, eBay, please see this listing. They linked it here. Package shows not for resale right on it. That means not for resale. And they attached a picture of like some XCOM video game that says not for retail. It's like a promotional video game or something. And then the first reply is just, and? Then Endorschmid0 says, do you understand the meaning of not for resale? F. Shardy comes in and says, that means not for resale by whomever the company itself gave the thing to. It does not apply to uninvolved third parties, which again is what pretty much every single source that I'm finding via Google search is confirming. As long as you yourself do not have a written agreement with the manufacturer, you're in the clear. Paper Money for Me says, if you are concerned, report it to Microsoft and eBay. Then Endorschmid0 comes back and says, actually not for resale means not for sale by anyone at any time, third, fourth, or first party. Then comes in and says, it is BS that someone would sell this, and yes, eBay and Microsoft have both been notified. Then DH Books DS comes in and says, search for not for resale, 1,200 plus items, talking about searching on eBay. I haven't done that yet, but I'm assuming this was in 2016. Let's open up a new tab right here in eBay and search not for resale. 2,707 results not for resale listed on eBay currently. So yeah, that holds true. And then Emerald 40 says, as far as first sale doctrine, which is like a Supreme Court ruling, I guess a couple years ago, that's basically confirmed that if you legally bought something and you legally own that product, it is your right to do whatever you want to with it. If you want to resell it for a profit, you can. I think it typically is linked with like copyrighted things like books, textbooks. I think software can get a little iffy because some software companies like Adobe don't actually sell you the software. They sell you a license to use the software, which is how I think they got around the first sale doctrine. But talking about, that's just a brief outline of the first sale doctrine. I could probably make a whole video about that. But as far as the first sale doctrine, there's more to it whether it kicks in or not. As far as the OP original poster, this could have been a part of the package deal where the individual items are not supposed to be sold separately. Like if that video game was in a bundle deal, it's like a collector's box or something, that means that that video game store that bought that item to resell to video gamers, they couldn't take the things out of the box and sell them separately. They had to sell it all in one box, which is probably what happened. Now that's just Ducky. It comes in and says, bzz, that is 100% incorrect. Not for resale only applies to retailers who have a contract with the manufacturer. It prevents them from parting out items that were bundled together in a package, which is exactly what I just said. It has no bearing on anyone who has no contract with the manufacturer. There are no legal grounds to even try to enforce not for resale on resellers. That makes me feel pretty good. Now that's just Ducky comes in again with a really good example and says, I have to say a really good example to illustrate why the OP is wrong here is the Nintendo Wii balance board. Every single one I've ever seen, including those being sold at GameStop, had a not for resale sticker on the underside. The reason for this is because for the longest time, the only way to get a balance board was to either buy a Wii bundle that had a Wii Fit or Wii Fit Plus, or purchase a brand new Wii Fit Plus, which came with the balance board. However, that not for resale on the board was only so retailers like Best Buy or the aforementioned GameStop would not unbundle the bundles in order to part them out. Selling them individually used was and is fine, whether it is an individual or place that deals in used video game items. So that is what I have concluded from my, again, like 1 hour of research on Google. I've checked several different sources, and again, it seems like everybody's pretty much on the same page here. I have never heard of anybody having any issues on eBay selling things that were not for resale. However, I have seen with my research today that you cannot sell not for resale items on Amazon. So I'd probably avoid that. But as far as selling on eBay, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, things like that, I think you're good to go. Again, in my unprofessional, non-legal advice opinion of Hairytornado, YouTuber, not lawyer, I think it is totally fine to sell items like this. I feel comfortable about it. I feel good. I'm not scared to list it. I don't fear that anything's going to happen to my eBay store. And I just wanted to share that with you guys today in case you yourself come across an item like this that is marked not for resale. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you feel more comfortable with the idea of selling products that are marked not for resale. If you do, take a couple seconds and hit that like button down below. As always, it's totally free and it really helps me and the channel out a ton. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below as well. Thank you guys again for watching. You're the best, and I'll catch you on the next one.